What's up guys, Wraec is here with a new video, and today I want to give you guys some info for the upcoming Black Friday event, because if you haven't already seen it, then, well, next week is the Black Friday event, this week still Thanksgiving. We'll kind of analyze a little bit of what you can expect for Black Friday to happen. We got some crazy info for DH Games for that today as well. There was definitely one madness in there. Some of you may have already seen it, some of you may have seen it without noticing because it was on the thumbnail when you clicked on this video. And by the way, if you are still in the mood of clicking, I recommend you click that subscribe button, just so you don't miss any info and any of my new videos. And still 70% of you guys are not subscribed, so that is still a madness to me, so I would definitely appreciate if you click that. Other things before we really get into it, currently on SG Hub we are running a discount, and I already announced it for the live stream. A few people already profited from it. If you say BF Prep, I will put that down in a pinned comment as well. If you say BF Prep, we'll give you a 2 USD discount per 2,500 Starry Gems bought. So, like usually our prices are always per 2,500 Starry Gems. There's a 2 USD discount. Doesn't sound like much, adds up quite a lot, I can promise you that. So you get the best prices for your Starry Gems. Of course, you can prepare for Black Friday, or, well, if you wanna, you can also wail on Thanksgiving, because there's some cool stuff in there as well. Depends all on your mood. Okay, so let's go and check out this early info that we got. This is on the official Idle Heroes Discord server, the one that DH Games now supports with some information, and they posted a little bit of a preview right here. Event spoilers posted by Alia, one of their community managers. Early this month, Lutz received many inquiries from idlers asking what surprises the annual Black Friday event would bring. Let's take a quick look at the Black Friday special preview together. Then we have the VIP special offer, and don't you worry, I will quickly go over this preview, and then we will check out the last event, the one from 2024, and that will give you a very good idea of what to expect here, because in general, most of the things that they posted in here are things we already saw in the event of last year. So, VIP special offer. During the event, idlers can reach the designated VIP level to unlock its corresponding rewards. Also, you can consume gems or Starry Gemish items to unlock great value VIP rewards. Please stay tuned. We saw this last time already. This has crazy loot in there. And you definitely want to have both gems and Starry Gems prepared for it. The higher your VIP level, the more you actually need. How much exactly? I'm going to check that out after we've gone through those just 5 points, which isn't too much. Point milestone. During the event, obtain the designated number of Obsidian points 2025, so that you can't use the one from last year, because they're always called Obsidian points, to get abundant rewards. Rewards include brand new Black Friday avatar frame, Black Friday gift cards, Black Friday limited treasures, and etc. How to obtain Obsidian points 2025, profit summon, and event packages. And I quickly want to go over this point specifically, because there we have some things that are mostly shown in game. So if you don't know about the Black Friday frames, it is a whole thing. Ever since we got the first frames in game, DH Games has released the Black Friday frames as kind of, well, self-concluded power creep? No, you wouldn't say it like that. How would you say it? It's its own little circle, its own little power creep thing. The Black Friday frames are always the most powerful ones, and they power creep each other. So ever since we got like the first frame, the first Black Friday frame was also the first one that had any stats. So that before this one, there were no Black Friday, so no frames at all with stats. They looked like, we don't actually have them here. Wait, I own them though, so we can check them out. They looked like this, for example. Just said Guild War Top 4 avatar frame, you could equip that and would just show that you did that, essentially. They didn't have any stats. This was the first one with stats, and since then, basically every year they have added to it, so much so that the last one, which is the most recent one, looks like this. Attack, HP, crit, control, immunity, all damage reduction, all damage dealt, speed, dodge rate. And yeah, this is madness. Valid features. It is really only a PvP thing, so you don't have to worry for your Void campaign stuff, but for PvP, well, yeah, that is important. That is important. That is 30 speed on it alone, plus the dodge rate and everything, plus this effect here, which restores HP to your heroes and removes debuffs and grants energy. And it is expected that they will add to that. So the Black Friday frame is always a big selling point of Black Friday. As always, what is expected, and we'll see that again later with more of the specifics, is if you own the Black Friday frames from the years before, it will be easier and cheaper to get the Black Friday frame of this year. So this one will definitely come. Then we had a very weird thing happen during the last Black Friday that we didn't really see coming, and that was we kind of saw it coming. I think I talked about the treasures. We had Black Friday treasures. Those were those Paradise treasures, and we basically got them upgraded only to 2-star, which wasn't too insane. They had like dodge rate, control immunity, speed, HP, and they were in there. But we didn't really say, oh, this is like something great. It was like some weird side loot nobody really understood. And then you got like this one, which I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. You had like 40 speed here alone from this buff. And this entire series only has 453 points. So it was exactly designed to be maxed by just those 2-star treasures. So we don't know. Is it going to be a new series? Are they going to add to this one? They are earned by doing the event, and I would say they are pretty decent. Not bad. Not comparable to like super big whaling on some insane treasure, but from like another festival, let's say Thanksgiving, for example. Thanksgiving gave us, what did we go for there? Thanksgiving we went for this one, which was 135 speed. We're nearly there at 200, so that is a lot more. That is a lot more in terms of stats, plus we got some extra chests and everything, so yeah. But still, I think it was rather decent, but that is to be expected to be also be included in the next event. And this is like basically what you find over here. Profit sum event packages, yeah, is profit orb event, which it always used to be. I think at one point it was like a heroic scroll event. But in the past, that used to be the big profit orb event. By the way, a very, very interesting fact from my experience. A little bit of a perspective. Black Friday used to be the event where you could get the pay-to-win artifacts. Back then, everything you essentially find in an artifact chest, and like the mysterious artifact selection chest, your harp, your Urui scepter, whatever, that was basically considered a pay-to-win artifact, because those were the big power things, and the normal players were basically creeping around with the rest of the artifacts that today barely find any use. And Black Friday was very known for having an artifact that was achievable by free-to-play. So even without spending, you could get one of the pay-to-win artifacts, which was very, very insane. It was always the new one, and I remember my first one, I was very, very hyped for this, was the KOG. Nobody plays that today. And I was like, oh, look at that, I get the gun. And I was like, oh, that's madness. But yeah, a little bit of a side fact here that didn't help us progress this at all, but I wanted to throw it out. During the event, okay, this is the prime benefits one. During the event, first time to replenish your gems event is reset, so you get all those double benefits again if you want those. But this is the reset of those. It happens every single year. It's not really that specific. Then we have the Glamour Golden Card. Valuable Glamour Golden Card will also return for a limited amount of time. We'll go into the specific of what you can expect there. Interestingly enough, this design, I think, stems from the old frame from like 2 years ago. And then we have the last thing. And this one, I don't really want to show the picture yet, but I've seen it. That's so stupid. Brand new artifact Spree Pass will also go live at the same time and can be deified into the offensive deified artifact Unstrained Voucher. Spree Pass attributes increases speed, ignores damage reduction, ignores dodge. And then for the other one, armor break gets added. Yeah. 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 I have to say it is. They did that. They did that. And I said in advance, ladies and gentlemen, they deserve some kind of award for it. I've not seen this one coming. This one is a pure madness. The Visa card artifact for your heroes, the ultimate whale thing. I'm speechless. I'm speechless. That is a bad thing to be as a YouTuber, I have to say that. But maybe we'll kind of go away from design, which is Tell me in the comments what it is. I don't even know what to say. I think it's funny. Spree pass. Attributes increases speed, ignores damage reduction, ignores dodge. And then we have increases speed, ignores damage reduction, ignores dodge. Armor break. Armor break is monumentally worthless by today because we have just too many good sources of it. Specifically in the star spawns. Oh, we have X. We don't need those. You just go in there 52% just from this guy with a 173% roll. And then you get 50% for shadow heroes. And I think, which one has it too? It's another one which has it. Am I dumb? Am I dumb? Oh, come on. There we go. 31%. So, which is this? This is 177% roll. So, yeah, you can see armor break not that insane. And if we go into speed artifact, yeah, of course, I mean, the question is how much speed? Honestly, if it's not an energy artifact, they should put a lot of speed on it. Like, honestly, at that point, this is like the old ones, they have like 70 speed. We have 50 speed on Melody of the Universe. Many run this one, 50 speed. Then, of course, you have the ones that are like crazy, 100 speed here. I think I have an upgraded AMB also somewhere. I don't want to search for it. So let's check it out. We have 75 here. Of course, the base version this is 100. I give nothing here, and for this one it's 70. Yeah, I don't know. Like, in the end, what does it matter? They had this new stat damage reduction offset quite recently. They never had this stat damage reduction offset, but I think this is the one that they are referring to, damage reduction offset. They are going to put in there, and then at the same time ignores dodge. Yeah, I don't know. Dodge isn't really too prevalent. I tried abusing it now a little bit in FTA. Worked fairly well. But FTA is a special situation. We have too much dodge offset, too little sources to actually put it on a hero, and often too much cost associated with it. The Cloak of Soaring Phoenix didn't really turn out to be too great, aside from a few uses in Aspen Dungeon. So I don't know if this really comes to value. And of course, in the end, they were basically telling us those stats, and now nobody can tell you whether this artifact is going to be good, because the power of the artifacts is always in the text. It's always in the text, and then you get this on top, and then you say, okay, speed is nice, but I reckon if Will of Winter didn't have speed, it would still be played. It's great that it has speed, but it would still be played because people want the other effects. So it's really about the main effect. We'll have to see. And then I promised you guys we would check out the last event. So this was the 29th of November. If you want to find it, you can also check out the link in the description. I'll put it there. New update, event time was till the 5th of December. It was also a Prophet Op event. We had the Heroic Miracle here at the same time with Kegi as a hero there. And you can see in there in the Prophet Summon event, you find those obsidian points. They are there as a reward, so they will offer you some free stuff always in those events. Which I expect to be the same. There was really nothing new about the Fantasy Factory event. We of course now have the updated loot. You can also see the old loot here to compare it if you want. And then we came to the VIP special offer, and this is really the start of the interesting things. With the start here, Mysterious Artifact Selection Chest does not contain Shark Cannon Shell and Scissors of Conviction, which I think, do we have it like as a standard thing? DH Games, I don't know. I'm checking out 1 year old patch notes right now. Maybe you want to include that in the Glorious Temple at some point? Just saying. I mean, at least they put this one in there. But Scissors, come on. Scissors could be put in here. Should be put in there by now. Yeah, so a little bit crazy. Yeah, Soulbound items in Soulbound Awakening, and then we come really to the stuff that you really care for. It's all about your VIP level. If you're VIP 0, then you can just buy the first offer. If you're VIP 1, you can buy the first offer and the second offer, etc. So you get the idea. And those are really good. Like in terms of the value, getting like 16 Prophet Ops for 1,500 diamonds, that is really nice. Getting a B- core for 100 contract story is absolutely great. And if I say great, I mean that. For 100 contract story, you can retire that thing for 300. So that is the level of value we're talking here. It is so bad to not buy that you get value by buying it. It doesn't even matter if you high roll. If you high roll and get a B tier, well, that's even better, but you don't need to. Even if you just get the B- and it's crappy B-, you retire it and you go out with a profit. So that's why people tell you to prepare for this event. And of course, we continue. 20 cores, 150 contract starry. As I said, SG Hub, guys, down in the description, minimum of 10k starry gem spot, but you get a ton of value, and it will definitely be nice for you to have all those offers. Again, the gems also stack up quite a lot. It's a little bit difficult if you haven't prepared by now, and if you wasted your gems on this event. I'm sorry for you. I'm very sorry for you, but you can still, you can still go to SG Up and buy yourself a little bit of starry, and that fixes basically everything. But yeah, this event right now with the 3,000 gems that you put in there is horrible compared to the value you could get here. It stays fairly standard in the early months. We had a lot of cores in there the last time. The cores, in fact, were so good that what you could do was you basically, if you had 100 contract starry, you could buy this core, you could summon it, you could retire it, you could buy the next one, you could retire it, buy the next one, and you could basically buy all the cores in here just because the value was so high that by the end you would have enough contract starry to buy even the highest rewards as long as your account VIP level was high enough. So there is a lot of value in here. This one I didn't really feel. It was just like a hero chest, but like the core's insane. All of the awakening stones are insane. We had some resonance chests in here. I bought all of this stuff. Some of which is skippable, like if you don't want the scrolls, okay. VIP 6 already got like an artifact chest. VIP 7, 1.2 mil Stella, 24 cores, 6,000 gems. Absolutely insane. And we had the 600k there. And the spiritual essence. Spiritual essence back then, higher valued actually than this stuff. Just so that this makes sense for you. Because like, right now, today, from my perspective, where all of those resources are basically equally worthless to me, this is better because it's more Stella, and Stella I occasionally lose. So, yeah. Then we had VIP 9, VIP 10 with the core chest. You can get like a full core right here for 9,000 diamonds, which is absolutely crazy. B plus summoning stone, 1 in 24 and A minus with those, by the way. It's pretty good. 1 in 24 and A minus, you get 2, so not bad at all. Then we had like the VIP 11 with the DT mats, which used to be quite new still then. I think they were still relatively new. That is crazy. That is just like 1 year ago. And we have maxed that, they have enhanced it, and we have maxed it again. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. I don't actually remember what this was. I have to check that. I'm very sorry. We have this sale. Yeah, okay, I'm stupid. It's mysterious sale, it's Black Friday gift card, and you just use it. It's just a sale event, nothing too fancy. But it was comparably boring, really. I mean, it's not bad at all. But getting like 1 reward extra from the sale shop, I'm a bit disappointed with what they did there, because if you think about it, like that could end up with, depending on where you stop spending, it could just be 1.2 mil. Stella, and that is just like kind of not good enough for a VIP 13 reward, so it was a little bit disappointing. But what isn't disappointing is A minus core. A minus core, 5,000 contract starry, again cheaper than the retiring value, so you made like 3,000 contract starry profit at any point, and you got to summon an A minus, which is pretty fancy. And even though this is bound, it's just a whole lot of fun. And even if you retire everything, you end up with more contract starry. So if you are like at a high VIP level, that is insane. Back then we had the point milestones as well. And we already talked about how there were different frames. So basically the way this works is you obtain those points. We saw them before in the profit upside. So these points over here. And then you have a rewards path based on your points on the left side here and the avatar frames that you have. So the newest avatar frame, newest Black Friday frame that you have decides the reward route that you take. So if you have the oldest, like this one, and you don't have any of these 4, then this is your reward route. If you have the newest one back then this is your reward route. And this is expected to be the same for the new Black Friday. And you can see very clearly the difference is, for the newest Black Friday frame, the frame comes at 180 points, which is pretty insane. Because you already get to 88 points with the Profit Op event alone. Profit Op event had 11 points per completion, up to 8 completion gives you 88 points. So, yeah, not really good for free-to-play. Not at all. Because that is what you basically get in terms from the points for free. It's not great. Those are, by the way, the treasures that we saw before. And if you wanted to get to 180 points, what you of course need to do is to spend. We can just go to the bottom of the site here and you can see the packs. Packs again, of course, contract starry right here, which you can buy 2 times, and then the ones for money, which you can buy 3 times each. And the top packs here have the points. So from the contract starry side, which is of course way cheaper because you can go through SG Hub. Once again, we have that. You were able to get 80 from this and another 20 right there. Another 40 right there, giving you 120 points, plus the 88 brought you to 208 points, meaning you were well within the area of points that you wanted to be when you just got the contract starry ones and did the Profit Up event. Then if you had like the old frame, you got the new one. And this of course made it rather cheap to get the frame really, if you wanted to have just that. The next oldest one had to go to 280 points, which requires you to do a bit more spending. Because, well, you got to 208, meaning you had to get like another $200 worth of packs to get there, and etc. It just continues down there. And basically, the only difference between those routes is not really the main loot that is in. You can see it's 10-star everywhere, is the skin selection everywhere. It's just the position of the frame that is decided by that, and of course it gets further to the end. You have to get 650 points, which equals maxing out this event, maxing out the Profit Op, maxing out the relay, and buying all the packs. This is 650 points, and this is what you would need to do there. And this is not super cheap. I can just quickly check out the old event guide here by Fire's Wrath, always in the Idle Heroes discussion Discord, discord.gg/Idle Heroes, and there in the events analysis channel you find the glorious work of Nul's Fire's Wrath and some people I just forgot, sorry. And what they have right here are basically different routes, and they always usually assign them values by now. Back then they apparently didn't. But you can see here the relay was apparently 400 USD, so not a cheap relay by any means. And in the highest one you could spend an extra 800 USD on top, which seems a bit like a madness. I reckon with the packs you had like the CSG, you had the normal packs 450 total, then you had the relay for another 400, so you were like 850 at least for the frame. And then yeah, there's this VIP event here you can check out for more cards, which was also madness. Going back through it, the next thing I really want to talk about, Golden Glamour cards, usually a pretty decent value. Doesn't really progress you in the event very far, but it was scaling with the level and it had like some insane stuff in there. Don't know if I would buy this one specifically today. Has some loot. It's not bad. Pretty good deal on the Starry Gems too, because you get that for a week. It's 240 a day, so not bad. The VIP gift included those treasures, and I think back then and today still, I think they were overvalued. Because they were really thinking that somebody would go for like 60k VIP XP to get that, which is 1,200 USD spent for the scissors. And don't let yourself get baited by the artifact. Like every single time I see that, I won't go for it. I don't care. Like let the artifact be OP. I'll get the next event where it's like a ton cheaper, because they always throw those artifacts in those events. They basically destroy the loot pool, because in their release event they are always valued at as a high value thing, as like basically like Grimoire right now, as the highest value thing they can give out. That is like the new artifact. And in reality, oftentimes they don't have the value, especially not if they are really bad. Scissors wasn't bad. Scissors was a great artifact. It was pretty nice, especially for like PvE stuff, boss fights, when you can copy attribute buffs, pretty crazy. But for the last one, the dodge one, that wasn't worth it. So oftentimes in those events, big spending is actually not too great, because you find yourself getting like scissors, which 3 events later, they probably put at a free-to-play available. No, not free-to-play available. They wouldn't do that. That is crazy, Wraec. What are you talking about? Free-to-play, getting artifacts. No, we don't do that. No, basically for low spenders available. Let's say that. And you could get it from like a card clash event or something. So That is kind of crazy. Relay stuff. By the way, all of those are horrible cutouts. Just saying. So that is like basically the gist of it. That is what you can expect. It will be expensive. It will really be only great if you have high VIP, because VIP special offer is definitely always the best thing to come to us through those events. This will be great. I expect it will be great again. I expect to kind of see like Grimoire stuff at the end. Usually what happens is like you get some new high value thing, which is Grimoire at this moment, and specifically book 2, and it pushes down all the other loot. So you will probably see your DT around here, your course here, your course, your like those cores somewhere here, the other cores a little bit deeper, and that's usually the way this works. So I don't expect like huge surprises. Probably some form of core in there. A minus Awakening Stone will probably stay the same. I would like to get an A Awakening Stone, but I doubt they will put that value up there. So it will be a minus, and it will be fine. It will be fine. And that is probably what I expect here. That is probably what I expect. I hope you have the diamonds ready. If not, if you're not ready, wait for the rewards. Check it out. Get the BF prep code. Buy yourself some nice contract starry on SG Hub, and probably have a great event. And don't forget, on Thursday, you still have the opportunity to do this Thanksgiving event if you think that this event doesn't cut it for you. In any way, for the PvP players, for the higher spenders, I reckon the frame will once again be good and will once again be something you want to have for PvP. If you have one of the older frames, that is of course not really a problem. Other than that, I hope they don't go over 1000 USD on this again in some route. I still think that's too crazy. It's also no longer like the time. Like, it really isn't. And maybe we get this point, at this point, as a little bit of a bonus loot. We still have to do my Flame Shrine texts. We can do them at the same time. The thing is, like a lot of those newer games, and Idle Heroes is a really old game. I always get that when I'm talking to the AFK Journey people. It is like a nearly 10-year-old game. We are going strong on the 10-year anniversary. I still think like you can get higher value in some of those newer games. Get like the more desired items a little bit more easily, and the general expectance of the players doesn't really seem to be to spend 1000 USD on an event to max it. Where in many games, it's more like when they put something out there with the option to spend 1000 USD and a desired item that you can only get if you do so, that incentivizes players mostly to quit. I saw this in AFK Journey where they had like a skin for a hero that was not even very hyped at that specific moment, but it was a very cool skin for Tillene in AFK Journey I'm talking about, if you know it. And they put it at a 300 USD event. Basically, the way it worked was like a VIP XP event. So you bought some other packs and would progress through getting the points there. They have a very similar thing called Mithril points. And people were outraged. They were outraged that it required you to spend to get this. I was like, for Idle Heroes, that is like casual stuff. So that was the thought that I wanted to add. Let's see my results for this. I haven't optimized this. Ooh, ladies and gentlemen. Juicy. E plus 19 over here. Okay. It looks so broken. Insane. I wanted to optimize this lineup still. I haven't done that. It varies a lot in damage. I kind of still wanted to go. I have to get a few fights in. We had such a long time where we lost touch with the meta in Flame Shrine. And we have to get in that again, 8.14, E plus 18, pretty good. But we just didn't see the numbers. So I threw stuff in there, hope that it did good. And I guess I couldn't really decide, because once you're up place 1 and nobody can beat you anymore, do you have the best team, or did I just have the biggest stats? What was it? So tough to say. See? It's insane. 2.1 E plus 18. We had E plus 19 before. It could have been a thumbnail, the E plus 19, honestly. I don't know. I want to get E plus 20. I don't feel like I'm doing a lot of damage right now. I can't type E plus 19 if we don't know if it's good. Like somebody comes, does E plus 22 because I missed some obvious thing. I have to test now. I have to really get into the testing. I have to find out which heroes work. Is Star Alchemist Tom's Young even good? Do we still want to have MFF? All those questions are now to be answered, and I have to find out. I'm actually eager, and maybe we can end this video on this note, because I am eager to do this. I kind of want to get a few people in there. I want to see their ideas for like top damage in Flame Shrine. So feel free to engage in a discussion about that in on my Discord server, on the Wraec's Discord. Idle Heroes channel. I want to discuss Flame Shrine again. This has been such a dead discussion for such a long time. I just want to get some damage in again. I want to see some big numbers. I want to see some hero ideas. I want to find the best teams for it. And if we put a Drake in there, or maybe there's a Heart Watcher, I don't know yet. I don't know what we can do, and I want to see some crazy stuff. And I'm really eager to find out about this with you guys together. So if you want to join there in the discussion, I will just post a screenshot, and hopefully we can engage in something. That would be great. Yeah, but if not, if you don't want to engage in discussion, you will certainly see a video on this channel. And for that, I would recommend you hit that subscribe button. Tell me in the comments if you're going to do Black Friday. And with that, I just wish you a great day. We'll see us in the next one.